Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And my name is Zaria. Thank you for stopping in. I talk about when I was pretty hard on myself and transitioning from that state of mind to something a lot more calmer, a lot more gentle. Our generation, um, we can be very hard on ourselves and we praise, I don't know, everything's kind of like fast paced. Everybody's trying to accomplish everything. We can compare ourselves sometimes to other people and their lifestyles and what they're doing. So it naturally can amplify that inner critic in your head. It can make you feel like you're not doing enough. And you feel like because of that, the way to push yourself is to be a lot more harsher and less gentle with yourself. I would do this in my life with everything, and I thought it would work. I genuinely thought that being harder on myself was helping me a lot more harmful than it was doing good for me personally. So when I was in that state where my inner critic was louder, I was afraid to try new things. I was afraid to apply myself. And so what I would do was I would shut myself down before I can actually do something and change my confidence in how I came at things. And I was just terrified for that thought of that I'm not good enough to be true. And so I didn't want to make mistakes. I didn't want to fail because to me, if I fail, like I said, I'm not worthy. Critique myself, and then it would affect my confidence, and then I would be even more upset. So I would have shame and the guilt, and then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, you didn't do enough. And this would repeat all the time. I'm breaking myself down and then I'm telling myself I'm not good enough. This affected me a lot more and it added to my depression. It made my depression it made my depression 10 times worse. The guilt and the shame. And I already have that from being depressed. Motivated to do things. I'm struggling to do everyday tasks in my life. I'm struggling to go to work. I'm struggling to keep my connections alive with people. So you can imagine that type of self-talk and just carrying all of that weight within you. Stopped applying myself to everything. I became less productive naturally, even though the whole time I'm trying to be more productive or I'm trying to force myself to do things. But naturally, I was less productive. It stunted my creative flow, and I had less creative urges because I would shoot down my ideas before I could make them into something and bring them to life. Hated everything that I made. I hated everything that I did essentially because it wasn't good enough for me. It just was like you could have did it this way, this part is wrong, why are you doing it it just ate me up. Like it critiqued everything about me. And it's crazy because you think that being more negative to yourself and being harsh to yourself is what's going to get you your goals and it's going to make you be motivated, but honestly it just tears down your self-esteem. It is going to be the reason why you don't come at things with a certain energy. I started to not listen to the inner critic when I stopped being so harsh on myself, when I stopped allowing negative comments about myself. That is the moment when I started to feel that confidence come back into me and I could trust in myself. I actually slowly started to do things again. I started to apply myself and allowed myself to make mistakes. Negative thoughts started to lose their power. They didn't have as much weight as they did prior. And when I stopped believing in that negative inner critic, that's when I started to gain back my power. I started to gain back this confidence about myself that I haven't seen in myself in years, like since I was a child. A child, you're very ambitious. You don't let things stop you. You just go and do it and you just apply yourself. It really was healing for my inner child and it allowed me to just try things again. And the fear of not trying is bigger now than me failing or making a mistake. Fear that I won't give myself the opportunity to at least try. That's more scarier to me now. And before it was just like, no, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna fail. So we're not gonna give you the chance to do it because if you do it and you fail, oh, that says everything about you. So that's how I perceived it before. And naturally, I started to get my creative flow back. I started to water my relationships with people and connections more. I came at things a lot more different. If you feel like you've been talking to yourself in a very negative way or a very harsh way, try for a couple of days, even a few hours, to just be kinder to yourself. If you make a mistake or if you're afraid, Reassure yourself that this is not a reflection of you or your worth. Understand it's okay to make mistakes. Understand that not everybody knows what they're doing. Everyone is out here just trying. We just trying, and that's it. But allow yourself to make mistakes. Don't let that be where you stop at because you feel like you're not good enough. Give yourself the grace that you deserve and allow yourself to experience new things without the judgment, without the shame. You know, in the comments down below, a time that you applied yourself to something, you were afraid or whatever it was, and the outcome was even better than you imagined. Thank you guys so much for watching.